Welcome back, Mastercraft Gaming fans. Kyle here with another version 3 preview. This time we are doing Undead because you guys picked them, which I am very grateful for because they're one of my absolute favorite armies in the game. So let's get started. So let's talk the 4 core infantry units that are always on foot. That would be your skeletons, your ghouls, your zombies, your revenants. These units have been slightly different in the past, but really you were looking at the same stuff. Zombies were cheap, revenants were hard to kill, skeletons were different varieties of sword, shield, archer. Now we know that with the phalanx rule, there's some significant changes that have happened to at least one of those types of units. Something that the Rules Committee wanted to be able to do with this edition was make each of these units distinctly flavorful and different in profiles. We're going to take a look at the zombies again for 3rd edition. Zombies have a keyword, zombie. That tells us specifically what they do in certain roles and what abilities can affect them. That's how keywords are going to work in 3rd edition. So throughout this particular video, I want to show you the units that have the zombie keyword and how they can benefit from it. Zombies are the same as always. They've taken a slight hit on their defense, but they've also taken a point decrease, which I think most people will appreciate because you were hitting zombies and wounding them on 2s most times anyway. So not that big of a deal, a little bit cheaper, great for unlocks, and great for throwing out mass bodies of undead. The large infantry units for Undead all took some pretty significant changes. Whites in particular, oh my god, whites, I love whites, but I'm not going to talk about them in this particular video. They took what I did with whites and made them pretty fantastic. I'm super excited, but I'm not showing you whites. I'm going to show you zombie trolls because this is a unit that gets talked about quite a bit. People like the Mantic models. It's something that I think people want to be able to field these, and just like with the infantry, you have werewolves, you've got zombie trolls, you've got whites, and all 3 of them have completely different roles. These are way more distinct in 3rd edition as well. Points coming into it as a big factor always, but zombie trolls in particular. In 2nd edition, we gave them an upgrade with Life Leech 2 with the Clash of Kings pack. Now in 3rd edition, they've lost Life Leech 2, but their defense got bumped from 4 to 5, and their points are still nice and low. That makes this a fantastic unit for mass bodies on the battlefield, and again, they had that zombie keyword. We'll talk again about the Goreblight since this was a unit that Mantic has already shown off. They have 2 things that are going for them that a lot of people may not see initially. I heard so many comments that said it doesn't have Strider, it's not going to get any use. Well, there are some significant changes that are made subtly in the other parts of the rules that are going to make this, a very desirable unit. Shambling in particular is great on a giant. You're going to be able to get flanks and such with much greater ease thanks to the Surge rule. And then also, again, it has the zombie keyword. We'll pay attention to that one last time. Necromancers have always been a fantastic and staple unit in the Undead army and great for lore and any type of fantasy revolving raising the dead. Necromancers in 3rd edition have a plethora of different spell options available to them. They still don't have Inspiring, but they're cheap and they have a bunch of different options. My favorite in 3rd edition is the Aura of Vicious upgrade that they can give to units that have the zombie keyword in them. So we talked about zombies, we talked about zombie trolls, we talked about the Goreblight. All 3 of these unit types can benefit from Vicious just by having that Necromancer nearby. That's a fantastic value upgrade for a number of different units. You can also take multiple Necromancers, so why wouldn't you do this and have a very point efficient yet devastating force that can benefit from a lot of synergy. In 2nd edition, the Vampire Lord was a very popular unit, especially early on. They had defense 6 and they were taken just all over the place because you could run them up the field with high speed and jam up a unit permanently. They still have great crushing strength, high number of attacks, and now they've got a special rule called Duelist that allows them to take on individuals in the enemy army significantly more effectively. Oh, that's it for Undead. I would love to give you a ton more on these guys. Obviously, you guys know that Undead is a near and dear faction to me. It's one of my absolute favorites in the game. There's a tremendous amount of things that I want to be able to talk to you about. I would love to be able to tell you about the Soul Reaver Cav getting... I would love to be able to tell you about White's with the Brewer Sharpness and with... are put into one thing and holy shit, then they're going to have this ability. God, and then you got a Lona and surge into the side. It's like, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And I cannot wait to play Undead in 3rd edition. Hope you're excited. Empire of Dust was the 2nd most requested army that was on the comment list. I checked Facebook, I checked the Mantic post, I checked worldwide, fanatics, and YouTube, and Undead was definitely at the top. Empire Dust was next, and then there was a couple other ones that were really kind of tied. Orcs was surprisingly on there as well. Had a suggestion to go back and forth on good and evil armies, but I still want to hear what you guys want to see next. I'm probably going to go with Empire Dust just because they were the second most commented army, unless you can prove me otherwise in this next video, or Jesse can come up to film the Ochre video, whichever happens first. So hope you're excited. They're going to keep coming, about 1 a week for right now, and then soon they're going to switch to 2 a week, so we've got a lot to cover between now and the end of October. Thanks, guys. See you next time.